Hi guys, welcome back to episode 22, picking up from the schoolhouse classroom. So as stated at the end of the last episode, once you make it to the schoolhouse classroom, this is going to set you up perfectly to do another runaround. So early in the game we did a runaround for better starting weapons, more healing, things of that nature. So we're going to be doing something similar here. What we're going to be doing is there is a teleportation trap down at the bottom of the water wheel. So that is going to send you on over to Volcano Manor, which is meant to be a trap that we could honestly just take advantage of. It's going to lead to you getting a lot of somber stones and just, a few items. So we're not going to be doing the area as it's not going to come for a long time, but it will give us access to a lot of the somber stones we need to max out a single weapon. Aside from that, we have done Vari's quest line. With Vari's quest line complete, we got the Pure Blood Knight's Medal. This lets you have access to a very in-game area that will lead you to getting Somber 8, 9, and the final Somber, which is a Somber 10. And then with that, we also have Kaled, because we want to go ahead and take out the big dragon here. We'll get a few of your somber stones. That way we could have access to a legendary incantation we need for your platinum trophy. So the dragon's not as important, but he's right by the last few somber stones we need. And then aside from that, it has to be done at some point. So it just kind of works to go into this episode, as we're going to be getting a lot of runes this episode. So with all this knocked out, you will have every somber stone 1 through 10, and you will be able to max out one weapon very early in the game. That being said, we're not going to really have the weapon that any build is going to want to bring up until much later. Not too much later, but it's going to be a bit. So I wouldn't waste these materials. You're going to have one shot until very late in the game to fully upgrade a weapon. After that, that's it. You're not going to get another one. So whatever you upgrade, you're going to be stuck with. So we're just, at the point where we can get you guys access to these things. So with that being said, to get a Somber 7 is going to be the toughest part. We're going to have to get past a very difficult boss fight. However, I have came up with a strategy where I believe even, first-time players can get through this very easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and craft sleep pots. We have 7 jars, so that is going to be able to, 7 pots. So you should be able to craft all 7 of these. You got the cookbook all the way back at the Third Church America at the start of the game. So with that, this boss is very susceptible to sleep. We'll be able to throw sleep pots, put them down, beat on them with Bloodhound's Fang and Bloodflame Blade. Despite whatever your build is, if you don't have the stats to use this, you can put on items to help out. You have your Wondrous Physic, which gives you 10 levels of strength, 10 levels of dex. So that alone should help you reach the requirements. If not, you can just use a rune arc with Godric's Great Rune, and between the two, you will gain access to the levels to use Bloodhound's Fang, get it up to +4. We have the materials for that. Then everybody can use this strategy to get past this point. As far as the Arcane, that's only a couple levels anyway, so the Great Rune itself will do that for you. Now, we mentioned this before, but you do not want to do what we're about to do with the souls. Get rid of your souls, because this does, even though it's a teleportation, it does count as a death, so you will lose anything you have on hand. Now, what we're doing is we'll be able to get, Somber 1 through 10. If you can't get past this boss, you'll be missing out on Somber 7, but we'll naturally find one before you, get the weapon you want to play with most likely, as that will come around mid-game for everybody. But I think with this strategy, it's fairly easy. It may even take you a few attempts, but I think it's very easy once you figure out what's going on. Now, this guy can be tough, but we also have summons that can distract him. We're going to be putting him to sleep. We're using blood loss. I mean, it honestly should really be a joke. One-on-one fight with him, yes, he's very formidable, but the way we're handling it, not really. I'd be surprised if he gave people that much trouble with, hell, being asleep half the time. Now remember, we need to dodge the grab attack. So what I would typically do is let him cause a lot of damage to me. Now, if he doesn't kill you right away, sometimes he spams it twice. Yeah, so if we get caught a second time, we should be good. Yeah, let him get you down low on your health, and then make sure you die from the grab. It honestly hasn't given me too much trouble in the past, but a little bit. Alright, so remember, Pat just told you to teleport you right to the Erd Tree and complete your mission. And he's full of shit, as Pat just always is, because you wake up in hell. Look at this, you're flowing lava all around you. You're like, what the fuck? Slap dead in the middle of a fucking volcano, right? Now, there is an optional area over here, and we will fit this in at some point. And that's what you're really probably supposed to be doing here, going through, get you a pretty cool weapon, get some items. But for us to take advantage of this, what we're looking for is this lava fall right here. And then if you see where this building is, this wall with those cages, we want to just run and jump as far as we can. Now you could put on your cat rings you picked up, cat talisman, and take less damage, but It's really not that bad. We're going to go through it. Now, as soon as you get here, you can go to the left and take a lift up, or you can go to the right. I prefer to go to the right. So you'll see your squids, and you'll eventually come up to this, this rock, which is a set of stairs. You see the statue. Now, from here, all we're going to be doing is we're not fighting these guys. We don't belong here yet. They're much higher level. The basic, really little guys, yeah, sure. But all in all, you do not belong here yet. It's going to be quite a while for the game. So if you did lose runes, that gold rune 9 is probably going to be all you need to replace what you lost. Because you should try to use most of them. As soon as you go all the way down, you're going to notice you can curve around to that hill, work your way up, grab a Somber 6 right here. And then we'll just drop back on down, and we're going to aim for these stairs. As I mentioned, we're not touching anything else, just the smithing stones, just the items, I'll tell you, because, well, you guys can, but for me, I want to make sure my notes line up. Now, there's going to be a big lizard dude that runs around here, ignore him, and you're going to see 2 lifts. We want to take the lift on the left. This is important. Like I said, it's going to go quickly. We have a lot to do this episode. I want to get it done because we were supposed to do this last episode. I just didn't think the final 30 minutes would have been enough to fit it in. So, definitely don't want to take any longer. Now, over there on the right is number 5. You guys are going to run past this guy and go straight up to your boss fight. I'm going to take him out so I can talk to you about the guide for this very difficult boss. Oh shit, I forgot. I want to be able to talk to you guys at the boss door, which I can't really do if this guy's right here. Goodbye. Last thing I want to do is waste any healing, but like I said, don't really have a choice. Alrighty. So from this point forward, if you're doing like intelligence or you're doing something that does not have the stats for Bloodhound's Fane, what we're going to want to do for you guys is... well, you should have already got your flask set up before you get here because you're on beside the grace. But you're going to put your strength not tier and your dex not tier. That's going to give you 10 to each stat. As long as you started with like 7 strength and dex, you have the requirements to use this weapon, right? That's all you really need. But then you can also go and pop a great rune. I'm sorry, rune arc. Then the only great rune we have is Godric. That's going to give you 5 or 10 to every single stat in the game. So with that, you're going to be over 20 on strength and dex, bring it up to +3, +4, which, we have plenty of these items not to have to worry about it. So with that, we also have our sleep pots. Now, I will typically like to put them somewhere around here. That way I can get to it much easier, right? I can just hold down triangle, then we're going to throw out the sleep pots. So as soon as we go in, what we're doing is we're going to buff up Blood Flame Blade, get the sleep pots ready. Now we're going to summon immediately. This way it ties him with the distraction. But he's going to be throwing fireballs at you. He has a ring of fire around you. He has a rapier. He's going to be stabbing at you. Halfway through, he turns to like a big ball and rolls around. If he does that, line yourself up behind the pillar, and he'll get stuck on the other side. He can't get you, and then it's just the same thing. But like I say, it's going to be asleep for a lot of this. So, run on up, summon immediately. Whatever summon you're using doesn't matter, guys, because of the fact it's just a distraction. Now, watch him carefully. It takes a few. He's about asleep right now. He should be going down. Yeah, see that? He's asleep. Now, why he's asleep? Look at this. We're fucking him up with Blood Flame Blade and blood loss. Now he's staggered. See how easy this is? He's just sticking back. Put his ass to sleep. Do it again. Now, it might not take in time. Nope, there it goes. So now, we got a weapon art. Charge heavy. Staggered again, right? Critical. And then by the time he gets up, he's dead. He did that. So, I mean, everybody should be able to easily get past him. I know he's hard. It doesn't matter how hard he is. We didn't even get to see his moveset because he was asleep the whole fucking time. So, it's unfortunate we have to do it this way. There used to actually, and we'll show this off real quick, there used to be a trick jump that we could take to get to the Somber 7, right? So if you were to go out over here to the right, there's a bridge you could drop down. Now on the other side of the bridge, you get on this big wheel, and you could jump to that ledge, reset little item, and that's your Somber 7. But since we just can't do this anymore, you have to take him out. But yeah, that's a strategy I came up with. I think it's going to work just fine. I don't even think we used a single heal going through the fight. So I hope that helps. Either way, I did tell you guys not to rest in Altus because that's going to trigger Verdun Festival. Volcano Manor does not work this way. The game knows that it has a teleporter trap to send you here. So you can rest in Volcano Manor. You cannot rest in Altus Plateau. That's the difference, right? You're also going to notice that you got 50,000 souls for taking him out. We should be able to get 2 levels here, actually. Okay, grab those. 2 more and we get rid of that talisman, which is nice. Actually, I can go and get rid of it now. Oh, I already did. Yeah, good. So we're at 20 strength. Because we have that talisman on. 20 strength, 18 faith. So almost 20, which is looking good. Either way, guys, with him taken out, you can go right over here. Serpent's Amnion. That's a quest item. Now, before you go forward from this point, now you have the Site of Grace. Make sure that you have stone sword keys. 2 to be safe. We're going to need these to access that somber stone, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up top, and we're going to take this to a very late portion of Volcano Manor to get some items. But before we go out, what I like to do is just make sure you do a loop around and get everything that's here. So when we come back to Volcano Manor, you know, this whole building will be done. We just run straight through. So I would have loved to, you know, just naturally go through here the right way and, you know, take this guy out, but this saves you shit you gotta do later on. Gives us access to some really good stuff, you know, really good stuff to help everybody out. As for, I mean, a first-time player, the game is very hard, so if I can get you guys a little bit stronger, I think it's gonna help everybody out. Now, doing a full circle, you could either go out this way or you would have came out this side over here. But just to show, you know, you're not missing, you know, any items, any secret drops or anything like that. So now what we're going to do is jump over this banister carefully, because, you know, you are right above some lava here. Now, these slugs, you can kill them, let them live, doesn't really matter, but they can get in your way a bit. So, not these ones so much, the ones past them, because they're really thin legs, they'll knock you off. But while we're doing this route, we'll clear, you know, the items. Now, there's a few items we're picking up, guys. You know, we're here for the stones, but there's some, you know, powerful talismans we can get you guys. You know, stuff that is going to help out. As far as everything else, we're not touching. Finger remedy, roll on off. Now, up here, you're going to have to go through the lava, and we're going straight for this building. There's going to be a hole there, but there is another version of Ductor, so it can be a little hairy. But what you want to do, curve around this building and jump right into the window on the left. You might get hit once or twice. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, his damage output is pretty extensive, and there are items beneath you and things to grab, but like I said, it's not the main focus of what we're doing. And this guy you might want to take out. There's some enemies ahead too. We really don't want him coming behind us. If you stay on him, he shouldn't give you too much trouble. Now we're going in here. And right here is a lift that you can drop down. There's right by the Godskin Noble. So if you end up getting killed, you have a shortcut. I don't think you will be getting killed, but just in case, because we're just kind of running through. If you kill these guys, they explode. You have to be cautious. You see that? Now, if you play your cards right, you can just run past all these guys. You can clear them if you want to, but we don't want to. So what our goal, I usually jump over here and get past them. But what our goal is to open this door, and there's going to be a balcony behind you. We do want to go ahead and take this on up. So ignore everything else, or pick it up if you want. Go up the stairs, take a left, go behind. Now actually if you go straight forward, It takes you right to the boss of this area. But like I said, you still have to clear the whole castle that's here. You know, it's quite a bit we didn't do for obvious reasons. But technically, you know, that's the end of it. Like I said, we're going to be going right towards the end, and it's really just for this optional path here. Lantern could be beneficial. Now, once we go on, if you go over here to the left, you're going to see these drops down, and they're going to take you all the way down. But if you look over here to the right, you can barely see it. There's a little ledge. And it'll still bring you all the way down, but unless you pick up a talisman that increases the amount of damage you're going to get on critical attacks by like 17%, so that's pretty dope. Now your builds aren't really going to come together to have all 4 talisman slots. That's going to be a while. You have to have 3 though. You know, you'll really be able to put on, you know, quite a few talismans, boosting damage, giving you more survivability or whatever you want. Once again, you don't have to kill the big guy, but the caster, I'd definitely take him out if I were you. And once we go out of here, we're going to go to the right. Pick this up. And then just a little bit further, you're going to see a cage. Drop attack on him. Then we'll grab this. And then we can start dropping down the cages. Now, when you get down here, this part gets fucking hectic. So there's these little guys, they try to grab you and eat you to death. These guys right here, and there's so fucking many of them. You want to try to avoid them. And you see that little cage right there? If you could run and land on it, oops, too far. You just try to run and jump, damn it. You take some damage, it's not, you know, it's not substantial. So if you drop and go towards the northeast door, right here is an extraordinarily powerful Acid War. World Knight's Resolve. Then we're not going to pop that other door. We got to come back to here later. World Knight's Resolve buffs your next attack by 80%. So what it is, it's just a quick buff. And so you're going to buff your attack by 80%, the next hit. So it's really good to put on a dagger. You break the enemy's stagger. Before you do a critical attack, you buff your dagger, and then you'll do huge amounts of critical damage. And you do have this one asshole here. So we're going to just run around him, grab your Somber 7 guys. So all that was just to grab your Somber 7 guys. That's it. A lot of fucking work, didn't it? Now from here, we do need to de-aggro so we can hop on out. There we go. So that worked. Alright. So now that we have that done, that will be Volcano Manor. We still have that side area. I'll fit it in at the end if we have time. If not, we'll put in another episode as we're not really here yet. Anyways, we can do it, you know, anytime. So we're going to go to the audience ground with your Pure Blood Knight's Medal, which everybody has if you have followed along. Now this is a very in-game area. You do not, if you didn't belong in Volcano Manor, you really don't fucking belong here. So we're not going to be doing everything here. We're just getting a few things. This is another underground region. You won't even see it on your map, right? But you can pick up the map right here. So that's Mogren's house. And that's what the underground looks like. So if you click R3, that's the top world. R3, that's the underworld, right? So that's what it is. It's going to be, you know, places here and here and here and here and here and here. And I mean, there's so many underground regions. But this is like probably the second to last area in the game. Very, very high level. You probably recommended like level 150. It's so big, you know. I mean, it's so high level. So we do not belong here. But what we do want to do is get these items. Once again, this is not cheating. It's not cheap. We did Vari's quest, which was in the Urnia. He gave us access to this. This is just rewarding us for doing the quest. So once you got your Side of Grace, you're going to drop down. There's going to be a really big skeleton. But look at that, Ghost Glowport 9, one of the final upgrade mats for your special summons. Now, as soon as you go in, you're going to see an opening to the right. Now, what we're going to be doing is just going through here on your horses. These guys are going to annihilate you. It's not going to take much for them to do it, but it does just give us access to running through here and grabbing a bunch of really good things. So most of all, just big rooms. So you're just going through, circling around every single tree. We're just really after the consumables. There's other stuff, when we clear it in full, we'll be getting it. But, yeah, the items around the trees are really nice. And it's a suicide run. Probably gonna get killed a few times, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. Get up, get up, get up. Heal. Torrent was killed, so we'll, you know, grab him again. And there's going to be some caves on your left-hand side. We will get to them. That's what we're going to do last. Like I said, if you end up getting killed, don't worry about it. We're going to, go through as many times as it takes. Because like that room you just picked, it's like 50,000, 30,000, 25,000. They're all big like that. 58. And you don't have to get every single item run that's free. It just helps. It's going to give us quite a few runes by the time we come out of here. So another hero's room. Alright, then on the very far side, there's going to be a few different caves. Now, if you do this right, these guys shouldn't wake up. So right here, Swarm of Flies, one of the best blood incantations in the game. That's for like Dex Arcane build that barely has faith. You can get massive amount of blood loss and fire damage on enemies with some of these arcane spells. Golden Room 13, go right over here. Smithing 6, right? Get a lot of really good stuff. Then there's one more cave that has a Somber 9. And then there's a Scarab for very, very powerful Ashes Force. This should be the third one on the left. Yeah, it's like right towards that opening over here. And that's right here. Now, this is so high level, it's going to take forever to kill this guy. And that's what sucks. These guys are probably on your ass by now. There you go. Now, if they kill us, we don't care. Ask for blood tax, which is pretty much the same thing as repeating thrust, but adds blood loss to your weapon. They're really, really, really good. And actually, from here, we can just let them kill us. We don't care. Save us some time. Come on, buddy. There we go. Watch how fucking easy they make it. I mean, this is just one, but what happens typically is they all get on your ass. You know, it's a nasty place. We'll come here like level 150, and it's going to be hard to find. You know, so sitting here at level 70, as you may imagine, we do not belong. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, you come here level 150, 170 even, and it'll still make you rage. Still make you rage. But either way, guys, now that we got that, we're just going to take these stairs on the right-hand side. And this is going to bring you around to your Somber 10, but there are other things along the way. You can fight these guys if you want. Not really worth your time. They only worth like 300 runes a pop. And there's so many of them. Newman's Rune, another very good one. I think that's 15,000 souls. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just, all this shit's up for grabs because you did Bari's quest. It's really nice. This thing's worth 2,000 souls and it takes forever to kill. I wouldn't really worry about it. We're just going to pick up all of our freebies. Let me go over here to the right. Stone Sword Key. Where are you? Yeah, so this is a blood loss region. You know, it goes with the lore, which we might briefly cover when we do this towards the end. But yeah, it's a whole region that is based off of blood loss. So it's just a really nasty area. Alright, so this is what we want once we go on in. And this can be a little confusing if you don't know. It's pretty much a straight path with just a few curves, but if you don't know, you know, it's really dark. So you go in, we're going to go over here to the left. There's going to be these bloodlost enemies that spawn. Sanguine Knights, which we have fought before, these guys. But we fought one at Rose Church, very tough enemies. But you're just going to stay to the right, pick up your Lord's Room. And as we go to the right from here, we're going to be really quick about it. Right here, something very special. Look at that. Great Ghost Glowworm. That is the final upgrade mat you need to max out special summons. Like it's almost like regular weapons and somber weapons. So you have some spirits that are just much better, you know, special spirits, and they need Ghost Glowworms. But with that, you know, you can damn near max out one. You're just going to be missing a few things. Ghost Glowworm 9, looking really good. And we're really just following straight up from this point, guys. Now, you could do Bari's quest, finish his quest by doing this invasion right here, but this is not going to come for a very long time. Now, that guy should de-aggro. Alright, now from here, let's go on down to a Wondrous Physic. Make sure you have an Opaline Bubble Tear is the biggest thing, because what happens is our Somber 10 is right over here to the left, beside our chest, but there's one of the Sanguine Knights you just saw in a bunch of these fucking blood loss Alpinarics, and it's really hard. This is very much a suicide run, but it's right here. It might take you a few attempts. You want to try to run to the left, get behind him, and we don't care if we die. Somber 10. There we go. Perfect. Somber Ancient dragon smithing stone. So at this point, you should have every single somber smithing stone of the game to fully max out any boss weapon or any unique weapon. So to go over this, to go over our rewards and our efforts, somber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, the 8 and 9 we have to still get. So that's what we're going to Caven for. But yeah, you pretty much have all of them. Then if you look at your inventory, check this shit out. This is really cool. Go into your tools, your main page. Look at your runes. These are monsters. That one, that one, that one. You know, that one, that one, that one. And even these are, decent. But starting from rune 12 up, that's 7,500, 10,000, 12,500, 25,000, 30,000, 50,000. So what we're going to do is just pop all these and get some levels real quick. Actually, you know what I should do? Yeah, let's wait. Because then we can kind of calculate how many we're going to get from doing everything. Taking out the dragon and everything else. I think that'd be pretty cool. Either way, guys, from here, what we be doing is I would like to jump up to the isolated merchant shack here in Caelid, because we're going to be running right around this area. Now, if you don't have this, so you didn't follow along, we did this at the start of the game from Fort Ferris. We just ran straight up, got the map, like right here. And we went up and got the isolated merchant shack, because I told you we would need it for later. You know, that time has obviously came, right? So, from here, what we're going to be doing is really just heading towards this tower over here. Now, along the outskirts are some things we want. So, you're going to see the big tower. You cannot miss it. It's down the main road. Now, once you get up, you're going to see this little hill that kind of goes up, and along the way, there should be a scarab, like right off one of these branches. Yeah, it's up a little bit more. So while this goes uphill, you're going to see a scarab. Remember, he is an exploding boy, so... There you go. Somber 8. Now all you're missing is a somber 9. So what you're going to do is just start going downhill, kind of like you're headed for the dragon, and we're going to loop around to this lower section right over here. So you can't really miss it. And you can drop down, but if you drop down too early, the fall will kill you. So you got to get low enough. Sometimes the fall doesn't look that big, and then you're like, holy shit, it did not look that, that deep. You just got to be cautious. But right down here is your somber 9. There you go. Somber smithing 9. And then you just got a few little loose loops. So, with that, we were able to pick up everything. Just a little bit of run around the world. That's it. And then if you need another 9 at whatever point, right over here by Fairham Great Bridge, if you go like right here, there's another scarab, and he has one. Well, we're going to keep that in the back pocket just in case you want to bring up, another weapon later on. Now, I did not plan on doing this on camera, because this is very tedious. Like I said, this is a spot that a lot of people go early game that are struggling that want to farm. We, speak highly against farming. It's not something we do. However, if you don't take this guy out, you can't get your platinum, because killing him leads to a legendary incantation that you have to have. So what I would do is use Bloodhound's Fang, anything with blood loss. And this might be a little bit boring for you guys, I wasn't going to cover it on camera. I was just going to do it at the end of the episode. So if you guys want, you can fast forward like 3 minutes. It doesn't take long, So with blood loss, you see this big procs we're getting? So every few hits, you're building up blood loss. And then it does percentage based health. We're getting like 13,000 every few hits. You gotta maintain that stamina, obviously. But it doesn't take long. Because once you proc blood loss like 5 times, look at that, 14,000 damage. But once you proc blood loss like 5 times, it's done. I think it might take like 2 months. That's where it's not bad. But right before you're about to kill this guy, you need to pop a golden pickle foot. It'll give you like 30% extra room. So it could be nice. That's what I use them for, because I don't farm. So if I'm about to kill like a big boss or a big enemy. So again, you could have done this at the start, but I didn't see any reason to go get a bunch of souls right at the start. And if it was just levels, I wouldn't even be doing it, period. Because I don't think you should, really be farming. don't really earn levels, it does take the fun out of the game, in my opinion. This is my opinion. It's opinion shared by many, but not all. You guys do what I'm not going to tell anyone how to play a game. Do what you want to do. I just spread that knowledge because I've experienced this on my first playthrough. You know, just completely ruined the game for me. Like I said, this does have to be done. There it is. I guess we could buff up again. I feel like that would make it go off a little bit quicker. Yeah, you don't even have to have this weapon. Any weapon with blood bonds. Morning Star, that works just fine. Katana, right? Anything. Redulia. But if you look at itself, we're about through it. Matter of fact, just so we're ready. There it is. So from here, the next time we get them, we're done. Come on. If we're not, we'll be super close. Actually, let's go and pop that. It lasts for like 2 minutes or something like that. 2-3 minutes. There we go. So you popped it in time, so sure you're going to get the levels. Now people actually found a way to farm this guy. They'd kill him, then they'd rest, and they'd get the souls, but he'd keep spawning in. It's not something we're going to cover, but yeah. So you notice a new draconic power is available at the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. You've taken him out, and you got about 90-something thousand. So we popped a few of our runes to get 50,000. That's what I said. Let's see how much we're going to get for everybody all at once in this episode. And that's not include the 50,000 from Godskin Noble either. So I told you it'd be close to $250,000. Not quite, but it'll be close. Well, maybe more. Shit, we're already at 215. $225. What are these worth? Yeah, we'll save the rest. I mean, that's plain. 250,000 souls. That's plenty. So, like I said, we didn't really do anything besides go to areas that we were able to access. I don't know how many levels we have left. Oh, look at that. An even 5. That's dope. That might allow us to take off our talisman a little bit early. Because like I said, you want to lose that talisman by the time that you are... you know, around level 100. So we still have 25 levels for that point. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Let's do that. 25 strength. We're at 20 faith. We'll want to bring that up later. We'll want to bring that up. I want to bring that up. But I would like to get 30, 30, and then we'll probably finish off our base stats because they don't need much. But 30, 30, we're able to use most things. Right? So we're looking pretty damn good there. Now that we have that, might not be able to use that, but if we went back to our other weapon, and that's our true, you know, health. Oh yeah, we'd have to bring up the stamina more, son of a biscuit. Or we could switch it up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much your true build right there. Getting that off sooner rather than later is going to be beneficial. Kind of thinking I wonder if we should keep it on a little bit longer, but you know, sooner you get it off the better, in my opinion. So from here, the only thing really left to do this episode, and it looks like we do have the time to fit it in, is go all the way back to Schoolhouse Classroom. Now from the Schoolhouse Classroom, we're going to be doing our trap again. And since we're going to lose all these souls, I guess we will pop these, fuck it. I'd rather grab another level than lose all these. Which we're probably near 30,000 or more by now. 34,000. Told you. It gets up there. That's a good thing. It means you're getting levels. Alright, so that'll do it. So we're going to go ahead and do this trap again so we can knock out that last little area of the volcano emitter, as everything else is done. And this area, although I guess you could get to it when you do the volcano emitter, it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's easier just to do now. Like I said, we have the time, might as well do it, that way we don't have to worry about it. Because this is where the trap's really sending you to. You know, it's cool, I think we can use the halberd now too if we wanted. Oh no, what are we short? 26 to one level? That's okay. I can put on the talisman and use that, because that's a dope ass weapon. Fact of the matter is we have a lot of choices, right? That's what it's really coming down to. Alright. So remember, same thing, we need to dodge this guy in a very specific way. Let him destroy you. I don't think that's going to be enough. Even if he does it again, maybe it'll be close. Like I said, they'll usually do it twice, right? Alright guys, so now that we have everything else caught up, what we're going to be doing is knocking out this section. So what we're going to be doing is just staying to the top, working way over here to the left hand side. There will be bats. A little bit higher level. See, as I said, we don't really belong here yet. That many hits to take out a bat, where you can kill 1, 2, you know, 1, maybe 2 hits. That kind of tells you, okay, we're not quite high level enough. I mean, by the time we hit Altus, it's actually unbelievable, but we'll be over level 100. That's only halfway through the game. You know, like that's crazy. But that's the difference in levels, you know, from now to then. Plus upgrades and, you know, what else? Better spells. Thank you. Alright, so from there, what we're looking for... Nope, I think it's over here. Around the left a little bit more. We're going to be looking for a little tunnel that goes back. You guys feel free to turn in your lantern too if you want. I think the lava kind of brightens it up enough. Alright, so with them out the way, you're going to see a little drop right here. You see a drop right here. If you turn around, just to show, you know, nothing really happening. All we're doing is going straight through and getting to our next drop. It's going to be right here. This one's a little bit more of a pain in the ass. One part of it. It's kind of a dick to make that last jump right here. I mean, it's not bad, but you could undershoot it pretty easily. Just make sure you're lined up. Now, there will be some mages. Your albinaric mages. And then, I think these guys are called, like, dumplings. Super annoying. Yeah, there's your mage. And once we got him down, we can go right over here for your side of grace. Alright, so we're going to get well rested. Now this will eventually lead to the boss, but the first thing we're going to do, from your side of grace, you'll see a little pillar that drops here. You're going to run, jump to the far right, and then follow this around. Grab some smithing. There's a smithing 6 too, which is beautiful. You're starting to find, you know, a lot more of those. Only with doing this run around because we're in later areas. They'll slow down. I mean, there's like one here, one there as we start going through the underground regions. The later you get in the underground regions, you're going to start finding a lot of this really, really good smithing stuff and thunder stuff. There's gonna be plenty more. All I was saying is you only have one chance for a weapon because that plus 10 and plus 8s are so limited. There's probably more 10s and 8s sometimes it feels. You know, it's wild. So with that caught up, we're gonna run through. This is gonna break. Drop you on down, and now we're getting ready for a fight. So this fight can be a little rough. This is 2 virgin abductors. Those guys that you had to, those mechanical beings that took you here. Well, it's a fight with 2 of them. But unlike out in the world, these guys here can take plenty of damage whether they're open or shut. So I think that helps quite a bit. Their health isn't that crazy. And then we could summon to at least tie one down. So we're going to distract one while we fight the other. That's, you know, that's the plan. So as soon as you go in, summon, you get hit, you get hit. You got to do quite well or do your best with, you know, keeping your distance, right? But you see that, like, we're getting good damage even though they're not open. Might take a few attempts, but yeah, they didn't distract for long enough, so I just couldn't get to them in time. Don't hit my guy while he's down. Oh no, not good. Alright, good. Maybe our guy will recover. Oh, he got him. Yep. So, like I said, usually the boss doesn't know to hit him again, but these guys do so much AoEs, he'll probably hit him again. Let's get out the way. You don't even need summons, you just gotta keep moving here, guys. Keep moving. Might be better just getting killed and restart with different summons. Maybe a faster weapon. Believe it or not, you can stagger them too at times. Now, if you could avoid that, they're taking big damage, right? That's what you're really doing, waiting for them to do that attack, so you can avoid it and then get big hits on it. They weren't lined up for that, but that's okay. A bit. There it is. That was pretty good. A little bit of a rough run here, but that just goes to show we've been by ourselves the whole time. Our summon built a while ago. Block. Go for your grab. Oh, nope. He's changing the script. Goodbye. And there you go. So, Inquisitors Guerriendo. Pretty cool spear, but it doesn't have any swipes. It's strictly thrusting, but it does fire, blood loss, and physical. So, it's very cool, very unique. Now, once you guys take them out, you'll have your Side of Grace right here. Then that connects to Mount Gelmir, which is part of Altus Plateau, upcoming area. Really, one of my favorite areas of the game. Once you get to Altus, that's why I really start digging Elden Ring. I mean, it's always good. Always. But yeah, those areas, I think the game just really opens up. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, the first half was good. I'm like, yeah, the first half was good. But you're trying to tell me you didn't like the back half of Elden Ring? What the fuck? That's the best parts. Like, it's crazy. Either way, guys, with that, we are fully wrapped up. Now we can jump on back to Schoolhouse Classroom. Then from here, we are ready to actually knock out Raya Lucaria. So that will be the plan. With next episode, we'll be wrapped up in Liurnia, taking out Raya Lucaria. Then we'll be ready for our first few underground areas, and then Caelid. So y'all stay tuned. Please subscribe for more walkthrough, and we will catch you back here shortly.